Hello everyone, it's me, Musto0063, and as you will have perhaps seen from my 100th video announcement, I'm going to be tackling I Want to Kill the Kamilia 2. So, let me just get rid of the probably quite loud music, and before I start the game off, just explain a few things. Firstly, this is probably not going to be as typical a Let's Play as some of my other I Want to Be games. Basically from the fact that this game is freakishly difficult. I have not yet completed the game. I have got to the final boss, but I have not beaten it after whiling many hours away trying to do so. You will have seen, it's a bit confusing because I've not yet recorded it, but yeah, bear with me. The 100th video announcement will have been posted well before this is up, so yeah, you will have seen, or it will at least have been uploaded, my 100th video. So in that I will have shown that I have indeed reached the final boss. So there's proof at least of that. But yeah, this game I can say with absolute certainty is going to require me to cut a certain amount out. I hope not to the point where I'm cutting out any actual successful completions of bosses or elements of screens, etc. But some screens, certainly when I was doing a first playthrough of this, took me ages to get through. I remember one screen in stage 6 took me over 4 hours to beat. The final thing you have to do in stage 6, which I still don't count as a boss, took me 9.5 hours to beat. So if it takes anywhere near that long, there's no way in hell I'm uploading that much footage of that much failure. So yeah, I hope you get to see all the successful, completed runs of things, but there's going to be some cutting. That's absolutely inevitable with a game that's this freakishly difficult. I'm also now playing this on my computer as opposed to my laptop, because my laptop is really starting to lag the hell out of everything. So yeah, this is on my computer, and I'm really hoping that things run smoothly on this. It should be, from a gameplay point of view, really smooth and really responsive, etc. But I think I might have mentioned on some other videos that at the moment, when I seem to be playing some games on my computer, when so much is happening on screen or whatever, it just seems to crash the game. So I know it has done that on certain things in this game before, when I was trying to do this on my computer before. The final stage of the boss of stage 5 crashes. So, but I think I might have sorted that problem out. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen again. But yeah, if it does, anything like that does happen, I will have to transfer the game back to my laptop temporarily to beat a couple of bosses. But nevertheless, yeah, I hope that all runs well. I suppose perhaps maybe the only other thing to say is that I doubt I'm going to be able to keep my channel a swear-free zone from this point on while going through this game. So, friends, family, fellow YouTubers, if you do not wish to hear me turn the air blue, then I implore you, please do not watch this playthrough. It's going to get really freaking frustrating for me, I can absolutely guarantee. So, yeah. That's probably all about what I wanted to say before we kind of kick off too much. So I guess I should maybe explain the concept again. So the point of this game, as with the original, is that it takes a bunch of screens from other I Want to Be games. In this one, it seems to change them up a bit. So not all of them necessarily are exact copies or replicas of the games they come from. So some of them have got new traps and new triggers and everything like that. But for the most part, I've not played an awful lot of the games that they come from anyway, so that actually doesn't really bother me too much, provided they're not insanely difficult, which of course some of them are, but meh. Some of the games whereby they have obviously swapped over the triggers or whatever, because I've not played the original, I'm not preconceiving anything or expecting something to happen that then doesn't. So for the most part, that's not too much of an issue. But yeah, the game from stage 4 onwards just starts to become absolutely insane. So maybe the only other thing worth mentioning is that this time all the games or the screens, sorry, that the games come from now appear in the top right hand corner in English, so I can actually recognise obviously a few more of what they, or indeed all of them, what they are. And as before, I will point out any games that I have played or indeed screens that I recognised from other people's playthroughs or whatever. So, yeah, this is going to be a freakishly annoying playthrough. Should be a fun ride for you. I hope it doesn't turn into an absolute nightmare for me. So that's probably all I've got to say by the way of introduction. And when I come back, I'll reset the timer so I can restart my clock back at 0. You can see that I've been talking for over 5 minutes now. So I will reset the clock to 0, and we will pick this up in just a second. Right, reset and off we go. So as you'll see, this is the exact point of where we left off the original game. I want to kill the Kamilia. The moon, by the way, doesn't kill you, so I was just avoiding it. But yeah, this is the end of the previous game. And off we start with the new one. With the same opening score, pretty much the same, well, I say opening, but effectively first death of many of where we kicked off the original game. With I want to be the Choco Choco. So, first screen beaten, not too bad, and we're already having massive troubles on the second screen, so this is going well all of it right from the start. Oh, that was a silly death, silly death, right by the next save as well. GGM, I think this one was, and no, I do not recognise that one, or I haven't played it anyway. Hit the damn save, thank you. For the most part, stage 1 is reasonably okay. It's, you know, again, it is only stage 1 of the game. I would probably put it as difficult as quite a lot, really. No, I would put it maybe as difficult as about stage 3 of the original game. But even then, I think possibly some of the screens in stage 3 are still easier than what I would call this. But yeah, if you wanted to compare this, how stage 1 was to stage 1 and 2 of the original, then this is by far more difficult. Just this first screen is probably more difficult than a lot of anything else. The ridiculous traps. More annoying little traps. I do remember where some of the triggers are, but not all of them, so I suspect I'm going to be having fun with a lot of this. That wasn't too bad. Was this enjoy the? I think this was. I wanted to enjoy the game. So again, another one I don't recognise. For that little bit, just run, and you should be fine. Now there's a trap here, and another, and or maybe there isn't one here. I can't remember now. No, it's not there. It's a bit later. It does that, pulls that trick on you. So there's one here and one there, and the spikes come flying from the left, and yeah, that wasn't too bad. Conquer the blow. So no, I've not played this one before. And when I say I've not played it before, obviously I've played this screen before because I've played the game before, but when I say that, I mean the actual original game that the thing comes from. Now, these jumps I particularly hate. Not only are they cliff jumps, but they are even more bloody annoying than your typical cliff jump. That wasn't too bad. Mysterious house. I think I want to escape the mysterious house, so thank you for pulling off, or allowing me to pull off another one of these little round the spiked block jumps, which is at the moment causing me a lot of problems. No, I've not played this game either. Got that one. Right, now don't mess up here. There's a trigger here that goes all the way down that I knew was coming, and I avoided that, but I fell down too low so that I couldn't get back up on the ledge, so that was great, and I've done it again. Wow. Do you remember how easy my stage 1 was and I want to kill the original I want to kill the Kamilia? Well, you know, I think I probably already died maybe 3 times more in this. No! Why? Oh, why did I do that? Answers on a postcard or in the comment section or anything, if you can give me a reason for that. But yeah, as I was saying before, I so rudely killed myself on ridiculous, or in a ridiculous fashion. Thank you. Yeah, as I was saying, if I can remember what I was saying, which I can't now, but yeah, it was something maybe about, honestly, I really can't remember. Was it something about, I can't remember, I really can't. Which is terrible, because I have a pretty good memory usually. This is not going well at all. In fact, I've already screwed this up. I'm going to let that kill me. What on earth was it? I'm sure it was something about, yeah, how well I'd done on the original. Good God, this is not going well at all. How well I'd done on the original in terms of, why am I getting stuck there? I keep getting stuck there, and this is really irritating me. And eventually, I might actually get. I keep getting stuck there. What is going on? Eventually, I might get. Seriously. Right, thank you. Right, I might get out that it was something to do with the fact that I'd done pretty well on the original I Want to Kill the Kamilia in the opening stages. This is terrible. I'm not getting anywhere near this. Getting anywhere near away from this cherry. But yeah, I'm doing already so sufficiently bad on this stage that the rest of the game is clearly not going to go all that well at all. I know for a fact that I'm nowhere near far enough through here to be able to complete this. This thing is going to easily catch up, easily. And I don't exactly know what I'm doing wrong here. I don't think I'm losing an awful lot of time here, so this is not going well at all. The thing's already caught up with me. I think this is a bit better, but I'm still not 100% convinced I'm going to make this. Obviously the gimmick here, which you've obviously seen for quite a while, is that I'm being chased by this piece of delicious fruit, and I need to escape quickly before it catches up, and it is bloody quick. Right, having muddled my words, God knows how much in that when I was doing that screen, and probably, hopefully, finally got across the point I was trying to make. We're done with that screen, and now we're on to I want to be the dark blue. I don't know, I can't. I want to be the dark blue. My commentary is already completely gone to shot, in case you hadn't noticed. Gimmick to this one is you need to push the block down onto a switch, a little red switch in the bottom left-hand corner. And that will, well, we'll see it when I push it on there in hopefully a few seconds, but it will trigger some spikes up at the top to go away. So having triggered it, we just now need to get all the way back without dying on a spike. So we're not in the realms at the moment of the difficulty being too bad, but as you can already see, it's not terribly straightforward. There are already triggers all over the place. There are already traps and things that you wouldn't expect. There was absolutely nothing of this nature whatsoever in stage 1 of the original. So yeah, intricate jumps as well. Fortunately, I don't seem to be doing too badly, but yeah, if you wanted an indication of the sort of level of difficulty of how bad this is going to get, yeah, just compare. That's terrible. Just compare the difficulty of stage 1 of this game with stage 1 of the original, and you'll hopefully kind of get what I mean. There are quite a few, or a lot of the floor down here. When I get to it in a moment, is like that. So that's why I'm kind of wrapping around as far as I could to the right, and then I have to pull off a quite precise jump at the end of it over quite a lot of spikes, and indeed through a kind of a little narrow gap as well. So, and thankfully I've done it. Good. Now, I remember this screen being annoying. In case you couldn't see, well, I just died on there is a tiny spike in the floor. It might be very hard to see, but I just jumped over it there. This screen also has some, there are others in the game as well, and there will also be other screens that have those really hard to see spikes on the floors as well. But there are also some parts of the screen where blocks that you'll need to stand on are kind of not hidden, but only just jutting out from the sides of walls. When I actually make it up and we get there, I'll hopefully be able to show you what I mean. And you can already see that there's, yeah, tons of intricate spike weaving, and we've barely kind of got too far into the game at the moment. I don't know why I'm messing up on that jump so much at the moment. It's not that bad, or else I don't think it is. Right, here we go. If I can do it, and I can't because I lost my double jump. I was about to say take 2, but I thought better of it, but I died anyway. Right, take 2. There we go. There's something there, well, obviously you can see there, little bit jutting out that I'm resting on there. Right, this screen is annoying, so please don't mess up this final jump. What did I just say? I hope you're having more fun than I am already. God dear. Well, I probably could have just restarted that anyway, but I thought since I survived I'd give it another go, but I managed to die on probably one of the worst spikes that you could ever imagine dying on. No, scrap that. Wow. I'd like to know what my death counter was after the first 3 stages of the original. I'm certain this is already more than the first stage, than the first 2. I'm pretty much certain of that. I'd like to know what it was after the end of the beginning of stage. Sorry, the end of stage 3. Thank you. Right. Finally, a game, the only one in this stage, by the way, that I do, or that I did play the original. And this took me ages. This was the very first fan game that I played. I'd beaten I Want to Be the Guy, but fan game was the very first one, fan game that I played. And that screen took me ages. But I don't know if you can do it on the original or not, but that little trick there whereby if you've got enough of the little pink blocks or purple or whatever colour they are away from the right hand side, you can actually somewhat cheat the section and just kind of move up and out of the way and clear the entire screen before waiting, or sorry, yeah, clear the screen before having to wait for all the pink blocks or whatever colour they are to disappear. Anyway, I've been talking way into the start of our first boss. It's an avoidance boss, and unlike perhaps a lot of the rest of the game, I'm pleased to announce that not a lot of the bosses are all heavily avoidance based. That's not to say there aren't avoidance sections to them. Oh, Miku, as I think they're dubbed, Miku avoidance sections in this game are all over the place, and they are, for the most part, the most irritating parts of bosses. Certainly in stage 4, and possibly in stage 5 as well, or at least on a first playthrough, I can remember those 2 Miku avoidance sections causing me absolute no ends of problems. And yeah, I'm much more of the ilk that I would rather have a boss that I can hit and shoot at than just have to spend time avoiding all manner of crap that's on the screen. Now, I was doing quite well that last go before I just stupidly walked straight into a piece of fruit. Good. Well, that wasn't too bad for stage 1, I suppose, was it? 12 minutes, almost 60 deaths. Bleh. But yeah, I think I might call that a video. So I'm not going to be able to cut this or piece this all together to the point of my original Kamilia Let's Play, where I was able to say, hey, I'll do 1 video per stage. If that happens, it'll be a flipping miracle. But stage 1 is still sufficiently easy that I can afford to do that. So yeah, I will call this a video. That was stage 1. Hopefully you've seen enough irritants from my point of view that you want to stick around to see how I get on with stage 2. So hope to see you next time. Cheerio.